Hi, what's popping in Westchester? This is Andy Yu. I live in Katona, Bedford. Welcome to my house. I live here with my family since COVID. I just love this area, love Westchester, and I'm in fashion business as well as entertainment, and I'm passionate about sustainability and culture and just a great food and great friends. So welcome.
What's poppin', Westchester? This is the Westchester Pop.
Andy, it's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
So, what I love about you is you do a lot of things, and I always say about me that I am intentionally ADD. And if I go to a doctor, they will probably tell me, no, John, you're ADD. So you do a lot of different things, and I've been following your Instagram for a long time, and we have a lot of friends and whatever, mutual friends. Tell me, what is it about you that, like, you just love to be in a lot of different places?
Well, thank you for having me at this opportunity to tell my story. I would say I was really focused on my career for many, many years, and since I moved to Westchester in this area, I met so many people who are they're very inspiring. And I met someone like you or our mutual friends. They opened up another world for me. And obviously I'm in fashion business, I love food, I love culture, but recently, I think for the past year and a half, I have just been involved with so many great organizations and great people out here, and really opened up another career for me.
Talk to me about Westchester. This is Westchester Pop. What drew you to Westchester? Like when you were looking at moving, why Westchester?
I have to be honest, I never thought about going to be living in Westchester because I have never stepped foot in this Bedford area at all, not even 20 minutes close. I only went to Greenwich one time, twice in my life. It was really a leap of faith. During COVID, we lived in the city, and we actually first went to East Hampton, but just too far away for commute. And we have a friend who lived in Walkabout during the summer, and we just took one suitcase and rent a house to be here because life is about to end, the world's about to end. So we just want to find a place I had never seen, and we rent a house in Mary Todd Lincoln's old house in Todd Row. We all know it has tennis court, has swimming pool, and open space. That's good for us. But I've never seen a house. So after that, the kids sat us down. They said, "Can we grow up here? It's such a beautiful area." And I said, "Okay." And we were sure we're going to stay here for long term because we want to go back to the city. That's the life I know for 30 years. But I guess I'm still here.
What's the biggest difference? My grandparents actually lived in the city, so I grew up being in the city a lot. I'm lifelong in Westchester, but what do you notice the biggest difference between living in the city, Westchester? You're in Westchester right now.
Right. I think people think Westchester is so separate from New York City, but I would say really by train, by car is 1 hour away. We are connected. A lot of people here work in the city, and they go to the city 2 or 3 times a week. I feel like this is an extension of the city, and a lot of people here just love the open space, love the friendship or a great education out here. But I think we never really detach from the city. It's not a complete separate places.
Do you miss walking across the street to Starbucks then?
I lived in the city for 30 years. I never thought I'm going to say that. I just love to come home sometimes, even have a city apartment. I love waking up in Bedford, in Westchester. I love the conveniences, the small town feeling, and just so many interesting people in this area. It really makes my life so much more fun.
You had mentioned earlier and before, we hit record on this, about all the people that you met here, and how you also mentioned that you retired, which I find hilarious to me because you do so much. Talk to me a little bit about the people that you met here and all of your endeavors that you did here. And then we'll rewind and talk about your amazing career and everything, in fashion. But
sure.
Talk to me about the people that you've met here and all of the initiatives that you've done in Westchester.
Thank you. I think, the last 3 years really went blink of eye. And I hate to be name dropping because I didn't know
Name
anybody.
drop, my friend.
I didn't know anybody in the city. You know, I go to all the event, gala, but really I was focused on my work. And my partner is a doctor. We had just lived our life with 2 children, and it just happened we live across the street from a lot of famous people here. You know, Ralph Lauren's neighbor, Martha Stewart's neighbor, Daniel Boulud, George Soros. So it just happened we're in this small enclave of those people, and you know.
You know, if I name drop my neighbors, it doesn't have the same cachet at all.
No, it wasn't intentional. We were rushed to find a house during COVID. It was not intentional. And secondly, is that when I met those people, you know, not to say you know we're in the same level, but they really think we're different. We're interesting people, and we become very close friends. You know, if 3 years ago you say you can be a best friend with some of these people, it's like, what are you talking about? But we built genuine friendship, not because you know we have any it's just because we're neighbors. Number one, number two, we have so many similar interests in terms of fashion, food, and just they inspire me every day because some of the people that you know. They are not 20 years or 30 years old. Some people start 50 years old, become entrepreneurs, such as successful, become American icon. You know, obviously everybody know my relationship with Martha. She's my icon, she's my inspiration. And she is just a force of a life. And I learned so much about her from her. It has nothing to do with the money or anything or famous. It's just that she is the person that inspired me. You know, she started a company at 50 years old. And look what she has built and continues to build it, and also possess her intention, work ethic. I mean, the list goes on and on. So that's something that I've never imagined. Now living here is because I met them, and the story they told me on the first hand, and our relationship really blossomed because maybe that's why it's successful. But you know, just make our life very interesting with them involved.
You have a nickname, right, for Martha?
Hmm?
What do you call Martha?
I
read this somewhere.
She looks amazing. We're whatever ageless, you know, we call her my fairy godmother, a better fairy godmother, even though she looked like my aunt. She looks amazing. The charity, and you know, so I was involved with 3 or 4 charities. I did a sustainable fashion show. I single-handedly started the whole thing. You know, working with one of the community center to help children, underprivileged women for fashion design. I also started a scholarship for them. This was the Tuna Museum back for 2030 about sustainability, you know, in this area. Also, you know, we do a land trust party. There's so many great organizations, non-for-profit, charitable organizations in Bedford, and they're all very genuine. And you can really see not just the gala, I go to the city and write a check and go to a dinner and dress fancy, we've all done that. But I feel the charity here in Bedford or Westchester is really, they're doing above and beyond and really trying to build a community support, community base, and our community here, because I'm part of Westchester now. I mean, this is the best community. Every gala, every places I've been, people are just so generous and so involved, you know, donating their time, money, and all the connections. I mean, I was blown away by how much love and money and support coming from our community.
Do you notice more authenticity, like, than maybe the city or other areas where you're at?
I would say 100%. I had a house in East Hampton 15 years. Southampton, East Hampton, the party and galas after the wazoo. The $1 million party, horse barn, you know, everything is so lavish, but sometimes I think, you know, because the party is so many people, it's just a different kind of setting. It's hard to build or develop friendship or connection with so many people. In here, people live here with a family. So actually in Westchester, I feel so much, like you said, people are very authentic and they're genuine relationship with neighbors and friends out here.
And not to blow smoke, but I'll do it anyway. You seem extremely authentic and down to earth, and you told me that you retired, and I made a joke when we first started this. You are kind of retired, you know, you built kind of this empire, right, with your fashion, and I started at the end and I want to work my way back. Talk to me about how, you started off in fashion. If you want to do the Cliff Notes version, you can, because you probably talked about this a lot in your life.
Like everybody else, I was very good in art, and I went to fashion design. I want to be a designer like all my friends, and I was very lucky to start my first collection. And I went to a pottery show. I sold to Barney's and Bloomingdale's and all the department stores and all the specialty stores. But one person who actually I remember is Mark Mendelsohn. He was the president of Ali Tahari at that time, and he gave me an order for 8,000 pieces, while my other order is like 80 or 300. And I looked at the price. I was like, wow, what is that? It turned out to be a private label. So that, because of him, because the order he gave me, it really changed the way of my career. So I was going to go be a designer, start my collection, do a fashion show, end up doing private label because that style became a huge seller. So I stayed with him for 10 years. It took me to Ali Tahari, became president of Jones New York. He went to Jones New York for clothes and for all the like more of a big store. So my order became so huge. I ended up having 2-3 business. As a business owner, hire a designer to support the private label manufacturer side. So only until the end of my career, QVC invited me to do a collection on Europe. So I was in QVC France, QVC Italy, QVC UK. Did my collection, just tried that before the end of my career. But my company did really well. And what I was doing is doing manufacture for J. Crew, my parent company for Michael Kors for 15 years. No one really know me, but I couldn't complain the money. That's why I retired. In a good place. Not rich, but enough to be retired. But having said that, this year I decided to come back with a few friends. Right away, I'm fully booked. I'm just so happy because I feel like, again with Martha Stewart, I listened to her master class. She said she started a career at 50. I guess, it's not too late for me to restart my second career, so I'm actually back.
Nice. Now, would you say when you were younger, this was your dream? Like, did you always know, like, that was your career path? Because my career path was to, start a podcast when I was younger. Kidding. But, what was, was this your path?
I just think anything related to art. I have a passion, I would say, maybe a little bit of talent in clothing, fashion, and food. And when we get older at this point, I can use trash bag and will be the start of the show. All the clothes I wear, my Instagram follower, is that whatever I do, I don't really care because I'm in a different place in my life, career, financially, or confidence that whatever I do, when you have nothing to lose, you actually have more freedom to create. Right. So, also the other thing is the confirmation from your friends. Like I go to a John George restaurant with 200 people. I go to a fashion show with Enderman Tour. I go to CFDA. And whatever I wear, I get so much compliments. So that affirmation from people that give you more confidence, also freedom to continue your path, and when I showcase my design, my creativity by using sustainable fabric, I don't showcase a designer brand, I don't showcase my Hermes bag, I don't, there's nothing to brag about it. For me, 80% of my clothes from vintage shop, from thrift shop. When I went to Los Angeles last week, I went to Rodale Drive, I didn't buy one piece. I take a look, I'm support my fashion follower and designer, but I went to this thrift shop for Crossroad. I had so much fun. It was a treasure hunting, and I can recycle the clothes, and I save money. It's why not do that?
Right. And when you, because listen, I follow you on Instagram, and I see what you're wearing, and you're wearing it for you. You're not wearing it for show. You're not wearing it for Instagram followers to be like, oh, look what he's wearing. This is just what you're wearing.
Right. I think Instagram is something changed the world. We can put our art or creativity out there. I'm so happy, my view has gone on so much. And I don't really care because I have nothing to sell. But if 30-second, 15-second video can stir some people's emotion. Good, bad, ugly, people may say, oh, look like a clown. I don't care.
Right.
I created something. We created something
Right.
that it didn't exist before.
Right.
You know, if you want to create, if I create clothes from out of a plastic bag or recycled bottle, that's my creation. You can either like it or don't like it, but obviously I have enough followers who appreciate that. And so I think something that this depends what we want to do in life. That's at this point in my life and my career, I enjoy doing that. And I get a lot of publicity, a lot of requests to create, give me the platform to do even better. But the platform is not to generate money, but really to use that for a lot of charity at a good cost.
Do you wish Instagram was around earlier in your career?
I would say, if you ask me, even 10 years ago, I would have no time. I was focused on my career, traveling, because all I knew was the traditional way of fashion, which I think will change, continue to evolve going forward with new technology. So it can never look the best, but we can look forward.
Right. And what is looking forward for you? What's next up? Shameless plug time. Tell me anything that's going on, or if there's a charity you want to promote.
Right. So I am coming back with partners. We represent talents, we represent fashions, and I'm connecting a lot of people out here back to fashion. The fashion company, fashion organization I care about the most is CFDA. They are the non-for-profit organization for all the American designers. So they have a scholarship funding to help from student all the way to designer. So so many of my friends out here love fashion, and they're also in a position to give. So I start making collection with people. Really wanted to connect that up and make it meaningful for them.
Awesome. It was a pleasure, Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.